Hello guys, welcome to your own YouTube channel, the Little Einsteins. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between lush forests and rolling meadows, there lived a sweet and innocent little girl named Red. She was known for her warm smile, rosy cheeks, and a red cloak she wore every day, which earned her the nickname Little Red Riding Hood. One bright morning, Red's mother, Mrs. Hood, called her into the kitchen and said, "My dear, your grandmother is feeling unwell. I've prepared a basket of fresh fruits, pastries, and a jar of honey. Would you be a kind soul and take it to her in the woods?" Red's eyes sparkled with delight at the thought of visiting her beloved grandmother. "Of course, mother. I'll go right away," she said, tying her red cloak around her shoulders. Mrs. Hood gave her daughter a gentle kiss on the forehead. "Be careful, my dear, and remember not to stray from the path. The woods can be dangerous." "I promise, mother. I'll be back before the sun sets," Red assured her. With the basket in her hands, Red set off on the well-worn path that led to her grandmother's cottage. The forest was filled with the sweet scent of wildflowers, and the birds sang melodious tunes, keeping her company along the way. But little did she know that she was being watched by a cunning and hungry wolf. The wolf had been lurking nearby, waiting for the perfect opportunity to feast on the tender flesh of Little Red Riding Hood. He had heard rumors of her visits to her grandmother's cottage and devised a wicked plan to get there before her. As Red skipped along the path, the wolf devised his cunning scheme. He took a different route through the forest, planning to reach the grandmother's cottage before the little girl. With each step, his hunger grew, and his mind filled with malicious thoughts. Arriving at the grandmother's cottage, the wolf knocked gently on the door. "Who is it?" a frail voice called from inside. "It's me, Little Red Riding Hood. I've brought you some fruits, pastries, and honey from mother." The wolf mimicked Red's voice as best as he could. The grandmother, who was feeling a little better but still weak, was delighted to hear her granddaughter's voice. She opened the door expecting to see Red. But to her surprise and horror, there stood the cunning wolf, grinning wickedly. Before the grandmother could react, the wolf pounced on her, quickly devouring her in one gulp. With his belly full, he put on the grandmother's clothes, hoping to deceive Red when she arrived. Meanwhile, Red was happily making her way to the cottage, picking wildflowers along the path. As she approached the door, she noticed that it was slightly ajar. Perplexed, she pushed it open and called out, "Grandmother, I'm here." The wolf, disguised as the grandmother, replied in a raspy voice, "Come in, my dear." Red stepped into the cottage, a little puzzled by her grandmother's strange voice. "Grandmother, why do you sound so hoarse? Are you feeling all right?" she asked, setting the basket on the table. The wolf tried to mimic the grandmother's voice again. "Oh, I'm just feeling a bit under the weather, my dear. But don't worry about me. Please come closer so I can see you better." As Red approached the bed, she noticed something odd about her grandmother's appearance. "Grandmother, what big ears you have," she said, touching the wolf's large, furry ears. "All the better to hear you with, my dear," the wolf replied, struggling to keep up the charade. "Grandmother, what big eyes you have," Red exclaimed, noticing the wolf's sharp, gleaming eyes. "All the better to see you with, my dear," the wolf tried to sound gentle. "But grandmother, what big teeth you have," Red said, growing more suspicious by the moment. "All the better to eat you with," the wolf snarled, his disguise finally unraveling. Red's eyes widened in fear as she realized the truth. Without hesitation, she turned and fled from the cottage, dashing through the forest as fast as her legs could carry her. The wolf chased after her, his hunger driving him to catch his prey. As Red ran, she remembered her mother's warning not to stray from the path. With determination, she veered off into a narrow trail, hoping to confuse the wolf. The cunning creature, however, was relentless and pursued her with newfound vigor. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, a group of woodcutters appeared in the distance. Red screamed for help, and the woodcutters rushed to her aid. With their axes and bravery, they chased the wolf away, ensuring that he would never threaten the village again. Red was shaken but safe, thanks to the woodcutters' timely intervention. They escorted her back to her mother's cottage, where she embraced her tearful mother, relieved to be back in her loving arms. From that day on, Red never ventured into the woods alone. She learned the importance of heeding warnings and staying on the path. The tale of Little Red Riding Hood and the cunning wolf spread throughout the village, serving as a reminder to everyone to be cautious of the dangers that lurk in the world. As for the wolf, he was never seen again in the vicinity of the village. Some say he was banished to the deepest and darkest corners of the forest, where he would never harm another soul. And so, Little Red Riding Hood's courage and the woodcutter's bravery became a timeless legend, reminding generations to be vigilant and to cherish the love and protection of their families. Thanks for listening. If you are new here, please subscribe to our channel now and turn on the notification bell, so you'll never miss a single upload. Together, let's make this YouTube journey unforgettable. Thank you for your incredible support. Let's make great memories together on our channel. See you in the next video.